There's only two things I hate: people who are intolerant of other people's political affiliations and liberals. Okay, maybe I'm just kidding. But I don't hate liberals. I just think liberals need to understand that we got 99 problems and a Trump ain't one. And that's today's topic. Let's go. Welcome back to Bakes on Things. It is the weekend brew, and boy, has it been a crazy election week. I know we're all kind of done with this, but Canada, we got 99 problems and a Trump ain't one. And that's today's topic because guess what? It's not all about Donald Trump, and it never was, and it never will be. Yet the media would have you believe that the biggest threat to our nation is a man who isn't even our leader, who carries on daily, mostly not thinking about Canada, and hasn't even been elected in our country, although he would have supposedly loved to. Now, don't get me wrong, 25% tariffs on Canadian goods do hurt, and any other tariffs on Canadian goods, reciprocal or otherwise, also hurt. But let's not pretend that our house here in Canada, our big maple house, wasn't already on fire before Trump tossed a match in our yard. So look, here it is. I'm going to give you a definitive list of 99 problems. We'll make this entertaining. We'll do this the best we can really quickly. We'll try to get this done in under 15 minutes. That's the challenge. Let's go. 99 problems that are not Donald Trump, that should come before Donald Trump and should be dealt with before Donald Trump. Here we go. You ready? First, the housing affordability crisis. Owning a home is now a luxury. It's no longer a milestone in your life to own a home. It's a luxury. Rent prices have more than doubled in some cities. And unless you're living in your parents' basement, good luck with that. Number three, record household debt. We now owe, did you know this? $1.85 for every single dollar that we earn as Canadians. Now, mortgage renewals, well, they're still at punishing interest rates. Dream home now includes panic attack, basically, because your renewals go way up. Grocery prices, still outrageous. Nothing's changed there. Eggs should actually be financed. In fact, I think some of the grocery stores should be offering 2 years, no interest, no payments. Rising fuel costs again. What happened? I thought carbon taxes were removed. What's going on? Why is it starting to go back up so much again? These gas prices are insane. And it's not just because of Russia anymore. We have small businesses closing in record numbers. The backbone of the economy is literally snapping. The middle class is being taxed into extinction. Childcare is still so expensive that having a second kid requires a line of credit in itself. I thought $10 a day would help. Oh, but that's only on public institutions. Credit card interest rates. I mean, in this country, 20%, that's minimum, and they're probably way higher than that. Basically, it's legal loan sharking. Utility bills are going up faster than a Leafs playoff exit, although we know they didn't exit the first round this year. Car insurance premiums, they've skyrocketed in multiple provinces. We've got shrinking disposable income. Canadians are working harder and keeping much less of their money. National productivity as a whole is declining, yet Ottawa thinks that adding more taxes to that will actually solve it. Now, we've also seen dramatically over the last few weeks a weakening Canadian dollar, which is affecting imports and travel and everything else. I mean, travel's not just affected by the Donald. Food bank usage, as we know, is at record historic highs in one of the wealthiest countries on earth. This shouldn't even be the case, but it is. Student debt is crushing our young Canadians. University comes with a lifetime repayment plan now, it seems. There's literally no national strategy for skilled labor gaps. CMHC is still insuring risky mortgages like it's 2008. Pipeline projects are completely stalled by regulation in C-69 and political games on top of that, including what was played in our election. Canada is slipping in global competitiveness rankings. Affordable housing projects can't keep up with global growth. SEBA loan repayments now threaten to collapse small businesses. The Qs and CERB fraud that we saw throughout all of this. What's been done about that? It's cost taxpayers billions of dollars, and barely anyone's been accountable for it. Okay, so that's our first group of problems that Trump ain't won. But I promised you 99, so let's jump into crime and public safety because it doesn't stop. Violent crime is up across major Canadian cities. Random attacks on people, transit, transit, I should say, are terrifying commuters daily. Gang violence remains unchecked in our metro regions across this great nation. RCMP recruitment and retention is at crisis levels, but nobody's talking about that, are they, liberals? Gun bans. Now let's get onto this that target legal owners but do nothing to stop the actual criminals themselves. Bail reform, catch and release is absolutely a failure of epic proportions. Repeat offenders are back on the street before the paperwork is even dry on the first offense. Organized crime has taken over parts of the cannabis market now. Border security is so loose that your Amazon package gets screened more thoroughly than you do on your way through that border, although it's increased a little bit since Donald Trump demanded it. Auto theft has become Canada's newest growth industry. How people have their trucks put in crates and shipped overseas. Like, really? Cybercrime is on the rise, and we're still using fax machines in hospitals. I saw it yesterday. Police morale is crumbling. Good luck getting new recruits now, especially now that the unions have said this is such a huge problem. Open drug use in public spaces, including parks, transit stops, and city centers, is happening from coast to coast, not just in our major centers. BC's decriminalization policy has led to more addiction and much less accountability for such addiction. Human trafficking in Canada remains a largely hidden crisis no one is talking about in our government. Judges giving slaps on the wrist to career criminals. Repeat violent offenders are out roaming free. Domestic violence shelters are underfunded and completely over capacity. That's just crime. That's still not 99, is it? Okay, let's keep going. How about the healthcare system? Let's add some pieces to this puzzle with that. ER wait times are now measured in sleep cycles. 7 million Canadians without access to a family doctor. I recall somebody said they would help that with some sort of Blue Seal option. Anyway, nurses and healthcare workers are burning out and leaving. Surgical backlogs span months or even years. Nobody's addressing it. Aging population, but no long-term care capacity to handle them across this country. Not any relief in any center. That's a problem. Mental health support, forget it. If you're lucky, you'll be offered a pamphlet and a hotline to call. Children's hospitals are overwhelmed and underfunded. Big time. Have you seen half of these lately? Walk in, it doesn't look like a hospital. Hallway medicine is not a metaphor anymore. It's literally happening. I have been to the Emerge with my wife a few times, and yep, treated in hallways. Ottawa's health transfers to provinces are not keeping up with the demand on our healthcare system. Doctors are retiring or leaving for the United States because they are not paid nearly as much here and leaving in droves. Healthcare admin costs are ballooning while service shrinks. Ever had an ambulance come to your house? What's that cost you now? Access to specialists takes months, if you even get a referral at all, because oftentimes doctors are too busy and forget. Ambulance response times are dangerously slow in many regions, and it doesn't stop even here because that's still not 99. So where else can we go? Well, let's go to immigration and infrastructure. Here we go. We're bringing in 1.2 million people a year into this country. Mark Carney wants to bring that even higher with no housing plan yet in place. And the one he proposed, forget it. International student visas are being abused. Some colleges are diploma mills now, just like puppy mills. Infrastructure isn't even close to keeping up for what these needs are. Major cities are choking in congestion. School systems are bursting at the seams across this nation. Canadians are being outbid for rental units by immigration overflow. No national integration strategy. New Canadians are being set up to fail. There's no integration of new Canadians any longer. Rural communities are absorbing newcomers without any funding to do so. Immigration application backlogs are years long. And if immigration isn't enough, well, let's go to national unity and governance because guess what? We got more problems there. Western alienation is at its all-time high. We've got potential for referendums here. It's reaching a boiling point. As mentioned before, Bill C-69 continues to cripple Alberta's energy sector. Interprovincial trade barriers are still a very strong thing and will take time to dissolve. It's easier to ship across oceans than it is across our provinces. How insane is that? Equalization payments penalize productive provinces. Quebec gets special treatment while pretending that it's the victim. And so much more goes on here. Wexit. Wexit isn't even a meme anymore. It's real. It's becoming a thing. It's becoming a movement out west. Our democratic institutions are eroding under centralized power. No surprise there. Guess what? That's about to get worse. The civil service is politicized beyond recognition, and the PMO has consolidated more power than ever under the federal government. And guess what? You just elected them to do even more. Federal deficits are now just numbers to this government, according to politicians itself and themselves. It's just, hey, just keep adding to it. It's fine. Weak leadership on national crisis, but strong photo ops, that's for sure. We're calling it national crisis, but we're real strong leaders when we take a 100-day summer vacation during it. Canadians don't trust our institutions anymore, including and especially media, and for good reason. And oh well, we got to keep going. Culture, education, and society. More problems there. Public schools are now social experiments instead of learning institutions, with a lot of woke culture infiltrating its way into those institutions. Math and reading scores are declining year over year across all provinces. Universities are prioritizing ideological conformity over academic excellence. Bill C-11 and C-18 threaten all of your free speech online. Arts grants go to activists instead of actual creators. The federal government funds journalism, then calls it independent media. CBC costs taxpayers over $1.2 billion, and the new plan is going to add to that for programming that nobody watches. Continuing on, online censorship. Let's go back to that one because it's creeping up under the guise of safety and security for our citizens. See, culture war politics are also taking oxygen from real issues in this country. And yes, I am aware we aren't at 99 yet, but we still haven't talked about the Donald, and we also haven't talked about energy and environment. So here we go. LNG projects have been blocked for years despite global demand. We still import foreign oil while sitting on our own reserves and, in fact, importing from higher polluting countries because of that reason. No serious plan for next generation nuclear energy is in place or coming down the pipeline. Canada is losing energy independence fast. Carbon tax rebates no longer exist, so good luck with that. That's not going to help you anymore. And they didn't match the cost at the pump anyway, so really that didn't help. Forest mismanagement leading to record wildfires. Indigenous energy partnerships that the Indigenous people have basically been abused by this government have been blocked by Ottawa. Hydro bills are rising even in provinces with surplus energy. Emergency response to climate disasters in this country is reactive, not proactive. Think forest fires, think all the different fires out west, and even in Quebec. Again, who addressed how that went the last time? Nobody. Oh, but we also have to add some more to get to 99. And we can, because now it's about corruption and incompetence. See, government payroll bloat is now way out of control, which would have been addressed by the conservatives. Travel and expense scandals continue with zero accountability. Multiple ethics violations yet to be addressed, and still no resignations. Foreign election interference, and nobody seems to care, even though it did exist in this election and it was just simply brushed away. Auditor general warnings are routinely ignored, like a terms and conditions agreement, probably never read. And finally, that was 99. Finally, number 100 is Donald Trump. Number 100. I told you I'd get through 99 in less than 15 minutes, and then you can put Donald Trump there at 100. 99 problems and a Trump ain't one, folks. Yes, the man with the tan is coming back with tariffs, and we know that. Yes, it may hurt some sectors and may already be hurting some sectors, but folks, we really do have 99 raging dumpster fires right here at home. And instead of putting them out, the Liberal government is busy yelling across the border still. Enough is enough, guys. I can't believe we elected this government. I'm still in shock, as many of you are. But Trump isn't Canada's biggest problem. It wasn't during the campaign. It wasn't before it. 99 other things are far more important. Our biggest problem is that we are acting like he is. So look, if you agree that Ottawa should, maybe, I don't know, focus on any of these 99 actual problems happening in our nation before starting a trade war tantrum with Trump, then maybe hit like, share the video, leave a comment. I mean, sharing the video helps the channel, but it also helps us all understand what's truly going on from coast to coast in this great nation of ours. Because until we fix our own house, worrying about Trump is like yelling at your neighbor while your kitchen is on fire. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend brew.